Co-main event time. This is our fourth pick. I hope you saw the previous three videos. We got Justin Morieko here to make these picks. We got Volkanovski, the leg kick guy. Justin knows more about this than me. I'm sending it over to him right now before I even mess up oh, Max Holloway, I know that name. Take it away, Justin. Let's hear about it.
What's up, everyone? Justin is back with my picks for UFC 251 with the co-main event. I am from Thicker Than Blood podcast. I'm guest starring on Kyle Kirms' YouTube channel. Follow him, subscribe to him, and don't forget to subscribe to me as well. Let's get right into the co-main event between Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Blessed Holloway. This fight is so f***ing exciting. If you watch the first fight between these guys, a lot of people were not very happy with the end result, Max Holloway being one of them because he lost. It was decision victory in favor of Alexander Volkanovski. The fight seemed to have been won strictly on leg kicks. It was so important in that fight. Volkanovski picked apart, I believe it was Max Holloway's left leg, to the point where Max had to keep switching his stance. He had to keep going back and forth between southpaw and standard. So going back and forth between his stances may have f***ed him up a little bit, but I will tell you, anytime Volkanovski got in close, there was clearly a discrepancy in power between strikes. Volkanovski, every time he hit Holloway, it seemed like Holloway was getting hit by a goddamn truck. Same thing happened when Holloway fought Dustin Poirier for an interim title fight at lightweight. If anyone remembers that fight, go back and watch that, because that was very impressive performance from both guys. Dustin Poirier ended up winning, but Max Holloway looked really good, but the power discrepancy was clearly there. Saw the same thing in this fight. Max Holloway usually wins his fight by constant pressure and constant volume of strikes. He goes in and he doesn't stop. If you watch his victory over Brian Ortega, that was one of the greatest fights I've ever seen in my life. The amount of volume that Holloway threw was absolutely spectacular. And you gotta give credit to Brian Ortega, because that guy's chin held up like no one's chin has ever held up before. Unbelievable fighter, and that was his first loss, I believe. So, if you look at this fight now, this is a rematch. The last time these guys fought was in December of last year, and actually it was the co-main event of Kamaru Usman versus Colby Covington. Kamaru Usman's the main event here. So, on the feet right now, after the last fight, it really looks like Volkanovski has the advantage here. I've been speculating this whole time. Will Max Holloway make the right adjustments to fight the fight that he has to fight versus fighting the fight that Alexander Volkanovski brought to him last time? Originally, I was leaning more towards Max Holloway. I was like, oh, I think he's hungry, he's ready for this. Let me tell you something, man. After what I heard about his training and heard what he had to do to train for this fight, and then seeing him on Embedded, I gotta tell you, man, I'm really worried about Max Holloway. Alexander Volkanovski had an unbelievable camp from what it seems. Max Holloway had to train over Zoom with his coaches and supposedly didn't have any sparring. I'm not saying sparring helps everybody, but Jesus Christ, man, if you're going against a killer like Alexander Volkanovski, you should be sparring someone. So, I have to go with my pick. I'm gonna have to take Alexander Volkanovski, and to be completely honest, with the way Max Holloway was looking when he got off that charter flight, this might end in a knockout, man. I think Volkanovski's coming out for blood. He's coming out to make a statement. I think it's gonna end in knockout. If I'm gonna pick a round, I'm gonna say the fourth round with this one too. Into the championship rounds 4 and 5, I say it's gonna be in the fourth. Volkanovski may win this by knockout. If it does go the other way, and Max does win this fight, Max will probably win, if he does anything, by a split decision, if he is able to make the right adjustments. My pick, though, if I'm putting money on this fight, I'm going Alexander Volkanovski by knockout against Max Bless Holloway. That is my pick for this fight. What is your pick? Comment it below. Like, dislike. If you don't like what I said, tell me why you don't f***ing like it. Tell me why you think Max Holloway is going to win this fight against Volkanovski. And then maybe if he does, we see a trilogy fight. Then we're talking some serious shit right there. Let me know what you think. Thicker Than Blood podcast at Justin_Morieko. Go to our YouTube page and subscribe. Justin's out.